time. It's perfect timing. It's 3 o'clock and we're ready to go.
You got it. Oh, there's Marilyn.
And we've got an echo there, which Liz is taking care of. So we have a quorum. Marilyn and Lorelei are doing present via Zoom.
Okay.
They're in the current century. It's so nice, though. You know, Sunday, when you couldn't get out to go to church, and a lot of churches canceled everything, but they had everything on Zoom. So it was really, really, really nice.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So, did she leave? She's coming back? Oh, okay. But we have a quorum, so we're good to go. All right, welcome, everyone. I hope everyone had a nice, happy, Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. It certainly came and went by fast, for me anyway. It just seemed as though it was here and then gone, so. And the older I get, the faster that happens, so.
That's true for all
Yeah,
of us.
it is.
True.
So,
Very true.
all right. So I've called the meeting to order, Anita. We are on, and we have a quorum, and we have staff present, thank you, our wonderful EH staff. A reminder, though, it's an open meeting that we have, so we adhere to the open meeting laws. And with that, I'm going to go right into announcements, and I'll make the first one, so that I don't forget. Okay, so bear with me, but I do not see Sandra Casal here, and she, of course, is the president of the Friends of the COA, and they are having a fundraiser
Pizza.
to benefit the Elder and Friends of the Elder and Human Services Department and seniors in town. And that, I'd like everybody to be aware of that and try to attend. Let's support our Friends group. And the event is an event at Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza over at the Point on January 19th. And it goes from 11:30 in the morning till 10 p.m. at night. So you have no excuse for not having pizza either for lunch or for dinner.
Right. Eat it all day. Eat it all
They're
day.
there and they're waiting. You have to, the Friends will get 20% cash back on meals and drinks ordered, in-house or by pickup.
And it isn't just pizza. I
No.
mean, their
You're right.
wings are
Exquisite.
lovely.
Is that right? I've never had them.
Too many of them.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
I might have to get wings.
Me too.
At lunchtime, they have a soup and then they have some lunch things too. But,
Well.
yeah.
But you must state to the wait staff, you have to state to the wait staff that you're supporting the Littleton Friends of the Council on Aging.
Right.
So make sure you do that so they get the credit and they get and pass the word around so that we get people out there to support them. They're doing a great job and they're busy with their Renew
The thrift shop.
business that they have reestablished. So, anyway, and I know they're becoming very involved and very busy. So, all right, I kicked off the announcements. Anyone else have an announcement?
The Memory Cafe is on Saturday, the 27th of this month at 10 o'clock for people that feel
Great.
would like some help and some fun. And Ann Lee Ellis, and it's at the Baptist Church, does a wonderful job with that Memory Cafe. Also, the food pantry, the little food pantry that's outside the Baptist Church and outside the thrift shop. When you're stopping at the thrift shop, before you go in, you
Renew.
drop
The Renew shop.
your food in there and then, oh, I'm sorry.
No, I know, people just don't want to confuse people. The name of it's now the Renew shop.
There's a big sign out front.
Yeah, and there is a shop,
Oh,
right,
Renew.
Well, before
But that's
you
what
go
that
into the
shop card-
Renew shop,
right.
you can
Okay.
drop some things in the food pantry.
You're right,
It empties out rapidly.
it does. Food appears there and then it is gone within hours, the same day.
Yeah.
It's amazing, so.
So those are my announcements.
Okay. I have another one, if no one else has one, but I don't want to take away the microphone from somebody else. Oh, good. We were just talking, I just announced your fundraiser at Anthony's So I stole the show from you. You can mention it again, though. Come in. I just announced it because you weren't here.
I feel like it was last Monday, the first Monday, it was New Year's Eve. I had to jump in the show.
Well, we're glad you're here. And I didn't mean to take away your contribution, but I wanted to be sure that we got the word out and
Well,
people
that's okay.
knew.
That's Charlie's thunder.
Oh,
I have
okay.
my own.
Okay, well, we have to support everything that
I
the
know,
friends
I know.
do.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so, great. We're still on announcements, so you got here. Perfect
Oh,
timing.
good.
Yes. And I wanted to, I was just saying, if no one else had another announcement, I'd like to make one. And that is that in the past, I can't remember the exact date, but it's about 2 weeks ago, our Elder and Human Services Department received the most wonderful, I'm going to cry. I get very emotional, I do. I really do. The most wonderful letter, it really was a letter, and it was so unusual because this individual, a resident of Littleton, who will remain anonymous because I don't have permission to mention their name, but they wrote the most remarkable, complimentary document about every single staff member in Elder and Human Services.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah.
They did not leave out one
No,
person.
individually they did it,
They
everybody.
commented on every person individually, and that is so unusual. I mean, people might say,
To
you know,
take the time to do it.
that's exactly right. And it was so true. Everything that was said, in my opinion, you know, and so I just want the public to know that and to be aware that we have a wonderful, and I'm toying with the idea of introducing myself to our new town administrator by telling him he better understand how lucky he is to be here with our department.
Then at the beginning.
I think, well, he just is starting, and I've been toying with that idea, so, because I haven't met him yet.
I sent him the letter and he sent it to the select board.
Did
So
he?
will they read it tonight, do you think?
You know, I'm not sure.
I
It might
didn't-
be under mail.
I mean, it could be, but I didn't see it specifically on the agenda, but that's not something you would specifically put on an agenda.
Right,
either.
exactly.
But I just want the public to be aware and pass the word around. It is the most wonderful, wonderful document about our department in the West. And strictly the Elder and Human Services staff, even the drivers.
Yes.
The drivers were,
Yeah. We're
each one
Individually, yeah.
were complimented. So it's quite amazing.
And to add to that, I'm a member of St. Vincent de Paul, and I've been working very closely with EHS over the Christmas vacation on particular cases that we've had, and they have stepped up. They know the answers to every question when you call and say, I need help. Who do I call? How to get a hold of somebody? EHS staff knows everything and how to get there and how quickly, and they responded to everything that I asked anytime I've ever had to call for anything while I'm on St. Vincent de Paul. They have been right there, and it's a sign, I think, of how lucky we are in Littleton to have such a group that works so well together and does so much to help so many people. And for me, it's kind of important because I couldn't do their work every day. There's no way. I take it on with St. Vincent every 5 or 6 months, for 2 weeks, but I just don't have it in me to do what they do every day. I just don't. And
Called fortitude.
it's more than that, but yes, it
Well,
is.
keep it clean.
Yeah, no, it is.
But you know what, in my opinion.
They do a
They do.
fantastic job. They do.
And in my opinion, it's because they are such a great team. They could not be doing what they're doing unless
Yeah.
they were a very efficient and effective team, and they have a very good team leader.
They do. Yeah.
So you put it all together, and this is what you get.
That's
And you
right.
don't find it very often. It's been a long,
No.
I worked with a lot of groups of people professionally, over in my career. It's been a long time since I've seen such an effective team in operation.
I just go back to the meeting that you and Joe and I went to in
Oh.
Pittsburgh.
Which ties into what we're going to
which
be talking
ties
about
into
later
this
on.
because
Go on.
they talked about, it was a group of a lot of COA boards getting together and talking and coming up with ideas and what should be done or not done and how we can help the community. And the majority of the COA boards in this area don't have a team.
No.
They don't have.
They don't function as a
They
team.
don't function. The director would say, well, I call my board together, they sign papers and they go home. They don't ask what's going on. They don't ask about the staff and what the staff is doing and can they help the staff. And we're very lucky to have that because Littleton is growing with a lot of seniors and we've got the team to bring it forward. We really do.
Yep.
Just,
We're going to be talking about that
Yeah,
later on in
later
our
on.
agenda anyway, and that plays into it. That's part of, I think, what has been driving me, to think and I want to reflect upon that whole issue. So, because you can always improve things, always. So, and we don't want to sit back and just say we're great and leave it at that, but we need to always look at how we can do things better. So, all right. So kudos to our staff. Yep. So, okay. Moving on, excuse me. Any other announcements? Last call. Okay. Are we ready to move on to the minutes of the December 11th meeting? Has everyone taken a quick or a long look at them? We have our wonderful secretary, Lorelei, who gets them done so efficiently. She does. She's very good with a computer. I will say that. And she got upset a couple of months ago when she didn't have access for a couple of days, right? And Liz was reassuring her, don't worry, it's fine, so. But she's so conscientious and does such a great job. So. Do we have any?
Marilyn has her hand raised.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Marilyn, yes.
I was just going to move to approve them as read.
Oh, okay. Do we have a second to that?
A second.
Second? Thank you, Jean.
Oh, can I do that if I wasn't here?
yes,
I don't think you can.
yes, you can.
You can?
Joe's saying
You can?
no. Somebody
Joe's saying no, I thought you could.
I didn't think she
Is
was
that
either.
changed?
She wasn't here, so how does she know what went on?
Yeah, so I withdraw that.
I'll second then.
All right, Susan, it's been moved by Marilyn and seconded by Susan that we approve the minutes. Is there any further discussion about them? Or any corrections, changes? No? Hearing nothing, so I will take a vote and we'll move on. Joe,
Well, I'll abstain because I wasn't here.
you weren't here. You're abstaining. That's true. You weren't. You two both were out. Marilyn,
Yes.
you're, yes. Lorelei?
She said yes.
She said yes. Jean?
Abstain.
You're abstaining. Okay, Mary Ann?
Yes.
Yes. John?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Anita?
Yes.
And Marge is a yes. So we have 2 people abstaining and 7 yeses, I do believe. 4, 5, 6, 7, correct. All right. Great. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Now we can go on to Sandra, the Friends Report.
Are we live?
We are.
Oh, okay, then I should stand up.
You should and get into the microphone so everybody can hear you.
So everyone knows by now the Thrift opened on December 9th, and we had a good reception from the get-go. And we've been ramping up, meeting a lot of wonderful new people. Maybe half the people that have come in are new. We advertise on Facebook, next door, through the broadcaster. Sharon distributed like 12 posters around town. People knew from the COA, obviously. The library posters got a lot of attention. There was word of mouth. The new antique secondhand store in town referred 3 people to us. So it's been great. The designer I used to work with when I had my little window treatment business, she came in and she took like a dozen pictures and she posted them online. So that brought in a lot of people. But, and some people, when they know what we stand for, they give us extra money. You know, they give us, they don't take their change back, which is really nice.
Very nice.
So, yeah, so we've gotten some donations, which is wonderful, but the people that are new, we have a sign talking about, you know, the Friends, and we represent the COA and the seniors in town, and they applaud that, and then I think they shop more. But it's been well received, and no one that's come in that's new has said anything about the prices, you know, being too high. In fact, one woman came in and she bought something, and after she bought it, she said, you know, these are priced too low.
Whoa.
I thought that was kind of funny. It was a fedora.
All right, well, that's good.
Yeah, it was a
She was
fedora.
walking out.
But anyways, some wonderful people have come in, and some of them have come back several times. In the men's department, which I'm very proud of, this has sold more than 25%
Wow.
of what we brought in. And several men have come back a couple times looking for certain things. A funny story, Sue Raymond was visiting one day, and a man came in, he was looking for one of those glass juices, right? And so, you know, how outgoing Susan is, she said, oh, I have lots of those at home. Let me go home and look for them. I said, no, take your time, Susan. So he has to keep coming back and looking for it.
Right.
Right? It was funny. He eventually found one, but he still came back looking for something else. So it was great. But some really, really wonderful people. And the young people are starting to come in. And that's what I was really waiting for. Because we have a lot of young adult clothing. And once they tell their friends, they'll be shopping there, because the kids are really into thrifting now. And I think they're getting their dads to thrift, because guys are coming in, even without their wives. So, it's
That's
wonderful.
unusual, isn't it?
I think so.
There
I
wasn't
think
that
so.
many men that came in when we were
No, but the
here.
department, well, it wasn't a department, there was a little corner for men.
Right.
So we didn't have a lot to offer before, but now we have a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a designated department.
Ooh.
They really
It's like a
do.
department store.
Yes.
It is. Well, we have 3 rooms, so it is like a little department store. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't been there, you have to come by. It is a lot of fun.
Didn't you used to have a fashion show with
Yeah, there
items
used to
from
be a
the
fashion show.
shop?
I'm not sure if we'll do that again. If we do, maybe we'll wait until we have like an array of ages coming in,
Right.
and then make it really fun.
Because I've heard feedback from that was, oh, people loved that.
Yeah, but I'd like to bring in more people, more new people, more young people, because the attendance wasn't fantastic at the other, everybody loved it, yes, they did. But if we could get the attendance up and have like young people modeling too, and the men modeling, it would be fantastic. You know, so. Well, thank you, and make sure you come in and shop.
Yes.
Well, that's great
One
news.
thing I have to say, when we were sorting the clothing into seasons, this summer, we kept putting things aside for vacation wear. So we ended up with so many things for vacation wear. So if you're going on vacation, I'm gonna be putting things out in the next couple weeks. We have lots for men, women, and young adults to go on vacation. So come on in before
Great.
you go away.
Great.
Thank you.
Well, that's exciting to hear that it's going to take time for the word to get around, but it sounds like it's
Well,
happening.
working.
It is working.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday it was good. We had quite the influx of people
Good.
coming in.
Is there one day of the week that's busier than others, yeah,
Um,
that you've noticed?
Friday and Saturday,
Are they?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, a lot of people come in on Saturday because we weren't open on Saturday before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people are working. The younger group that's coming in, they're working during the week.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the ones that have come in with their daughters, well, one came in with their son too. They can come in with their kids on Saturday. So,
So, and I know, Sandra, that you're exploring changing the time of your monthly meetings. Have you figured that
Oh,
out?
yes. We're gonna change the day, and I wanted to change it to a day the thrift wasn't open. Because right now, I'm covering for Wednesdays all day. And the thrift is open 10 to 3. So, and our meetings were at 10:30.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to change it to Monday or Tuesday. I was trying for Monday, but it didn't work out for one person. It was an important person to be there. So now we're looking at Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So we'll start in February at 3 o'clock
Okay,
on
so-
Tuesday. And you do 3, and it seems to be a good time, right?
Right, people get used to it, I think.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Well,
time.
once upon a time, the Friends had 3 o'clock when I first joined the board. There was 3 o'clock, and then they moved it to the morning.
Okay, so you're planning on having your meetings, just because I don't think the public realizes too that your meetings are open, are they
Yes.
not?
Yes, they are.
And they're held in the library.
Yeah, yes.
And so you're looking at Tuesdays now at 3 o'clock in the
And
afternoon.
before midnight tonight, I promised Liz,
No.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
I said I promised, that's tough, isn't it, that I said that?
You know, I know
I
what you're
have
going.
mine that I have to turn in too.
Well, I was just
In
going to
March,
say,
too.
oh, I totally forgot. I've been busy all day today, and I got to get mine done, so,
And I owe you a big thank you, because she covered for me last month, big times. I didn't make the deadline, I was swamped with doing thrift shop stuff. And Marge covered for me, she wrote a great article, probably better than mine would have been. So, I thank you, and you covered for me.
well, I didn't view it that way. I just felt that it was important that the
Yeah.
board
But it did help, right,
demonstrated that we
Liz?
were supporting the Friends with their new endeavor and their
Yeah.
renewed endeavor. So that was how that all happened, but anyway, it worked out fine, so.
Worked out great. And so tonight, by midnight,
You know, I mentioned teamwork earlier,
I know, I know.
and being a team with the Friends is also important.
Yeah, I think we've been doing good.
And we have been. I think we've been working well together, yeah. So, all right. Any questions for Sandra? Comments or anything?
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
That's a big hit jump. You've worked hard to get to that point.
Yeah, you have.
But I am having a lot of fun.
Good.
I am, and I'm enjoying everyone coming in. I'm learning their names and what they're looking for, and I write it down. I go home and look to see if I have it in my house. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I
Is your husband getting a little happy now that
do. Oh,
you?
my God. Every time I take something out of the house.
Yeah.
He's probably jumping up and down when I leave, right? Yeah, it's great.
That's great. All right. That's great news, actually. Great way to start the new year.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Okay. Moving on then. We've done the minutes, we've done the Friends report, and now we're up to the Elder and Human Services reports, the director's report and the assistant director and the outreach coordinator's report about all the wonderful things they've been doing. So, and it doesn't stop. And this is a time of the year probably when they're busier than many other times of the year.
I
So-
would say so.
Yep, so we're on. You're
We're
on.
Okay. Up there. There it is. Okay. So as usual, we'll start with our numbers. Kind of a, I wouldn't say a slow month, but our numbers are down just a little bit in some areas. I will attribute that to many different things, mostly the holidays, people doing things with their families. We still have quite a decent amount of outreach clients coming in, with each case being very complex and taking a lot of time. So major kudos to our outreach staff for that. And I would also say our program sign-ins as well are still pretty strong, even though we had multiple days off in December. So thank you, Nicole, for all those programs. So, any questions about those statistics?
No?
Liz, I noticed that your transportation went way up this year over last year.
Yes. Yeah.
I can report that because we have a TAC meeting tomorrow, so I can mention that to them at that time.
Comparing last December.
Last December with this December.
Yeah. Yeah. We
And it's 153 to 189. That's a huge change.
Yes. I will say though, pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, 2018, 2019, we were doing about 300 trips a month. It really has not bounced back.
That's interesting, isn't it?
It really is, and I can't necessarily pinpoint why at the moment. We had 6 van drivers. We had 2 vans on the road every single day, but it's just been very slow to resume.
I'm wondering if people, right now, the population has access to other ways, other means of transportation, perhaps with family members or something like that, I don't know, I'm just guessing. But you don't know.
We'll get there. We'll
Oh,
get
yeah,
there.
it'll happen. When there's a need, you'll find out.
Yeah, and it's very unpredictable too. Some days our van drivers will have completely filled schedule with barely any room between clients, and others they'll have a 9 a.m. pickup, and then that's their whole day. It's
Oh, wow.
really unpredictable.
Well, we have some great drivers. We're fortunate, yeah.
We are
Yeah.
very fortunate.
Yep.
Let's see. So next on my list, I wanted to talk about the Littleton Caregiver Respite Scholarship Program. That was the grant we received for $10,000 to give out $1,000 scholarships to caregivers in Littleton, caring for a loved one over the age of 60, with either with 3 ways of using the grant, either through in-home services, an adult day health center, or for a respite facility stay. We put this out starting January 2nd. We started our advertising period. We already have 6 people in the first week signed up, looking to get onto this program. The marketing period goes until January 31st. And at that time, if I have more than 10 folks, then we will have to do a lottery system. If I have 10 or under, everyone who is on the list will receive one of these $1,000 grants. It is a reimbursement grant, so they have to line up their agency, their services, their facility stay, and that agency has to be willing to bill us directly, and then we get reimbursed from MCOA. So there is a little bit of administrative juggling in the background, but I tried to keep it as simple as possible for people to receive these scholarships.
Wow.
So 4 slots, or if we get more people, then we'll do the lottery system. But really thrilled with the response so far. I've heard of some other communities who've tried something similar and they had difficulty giving the money away, essentially.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if it has to do with advertising or the different methods you get your word out, but word of mouth has been great. I sent this information to Ann Lee Ellis, and she also shared it with her contacts. She has a great contacts within the churches, the broader churches community, and Memory Cafe community. And someone also heard it from a Meals on Wheels volunteer who shared with them. So I'm very thankful for people who are seeing this. Someone saw it on Facebook and then called. Very thankful for people sharing the information.
Well, I think in general, the EHS efforts at communication have grown immensely and improved immensely, over the years, really,
Yeah.
when you think about it. So kudos to all of you for that, too. So, Amy, you don't have to sit in the sun.
I was going to say, the sun is smack in her
She's
eyes.
sitting there going, I know it's nice to have it. We're not going to have it tomorrow, but anyway, like.
True.
Excuse me.
Okay. I
Okay.
do have one more piece that I'd like to share about the budget here, if I can bring up. All right, I lost that slide, but so tonight at the select board meeting, our town administrator and assistant town administrator will be presenting the proposed budget for the next year. For the EHS budget, it looks like we're decreasing by $10,000 for next fiscal year. And I just want to share information so you don't think our budget got cut. It did not get cut. There was, 2018, I believe it was, when our William James Interface Program moved over from the Board of Health budget into the EHS budget. It was put in as a 2-year cost. So it's $16,000 a year. So it was in there as $32,000. And that came into our budget, and it just remained there as is. Over time, I figured out, I probably could have caught this sooner, but that the $32,000 should be $16,000 because it's a 2-year memorandum of understanding, an agreement, but they only bill us 1 year at a time. But it's been in there as 2 years of payment consistently for the past several years, and it should only be 1. So our budget was overinflated inaccurately. So that's why you'll see a little red negative 10,000. I did add in other expenses to our budget and increased it over last year, but taking out that $16,000 kind of evened it out quite a bit. So don't think that we got slashed.
But you did get what you asked for going forward for this year.
The
They didn't-
budget process is not over, but I assume yes. We'll
Right,
see.
it's
It's
not-
looking favorable.
It's looking fine for
Okay.
EHS.
All right.
We have a very, very lean budget. There isn't much to trim.
Well, the town has
Not
very-
much fluff.
I think the town has a very lean budget,
I would agree.
yes.
Right now they do,
Yeah,
yes.
so we're lucky. If we have, and I think we should view it as being lucky that if we can keep things as you have them, you know, and not have, you know, a deficit or have a decrease.
Yeah, I know some other COA directors have been discussing that they've had to make budget A and budget B and alternate budget C just in case for different scenarios. Luckily, I've just been able to make that one budget. But I think a lot of other towns are trying to prepare for what the state is going to be doing because there is potential talks of 9C budget cuts from the governor's office. And what that means for us,
What's that Maura Healy doing? She,
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
yeah, the tax revenue that they're collecting is far less than they expected.
oh,
So I think they are announcing today that there will be 9C cuts, and that will affect our formula grant. We kind of had an indication that something was going to happen when our annual formula grant money came in at 50%. They usually give us the one lump sum every single year, and we got half of it.
wow.
So we had a little indication that something was going on. So we did, if this does go through, if this is a big if, our formula grant will be about $17,000 short of what we normally get. We will be fine because we have a reserve for this. We're fine. There was formula grant money that was not spent during the COVID years that we have set aside, so we will be fine. The formula grant pays for all of our fitness instructors. That's stretch and flex, Tai Chi, line
Popular,
dancing.
those are popular groups.
Yeah, our most popular exercise classes. So those will continue as planned and shouldn't be any disruption.
That's amazing.
But let's hope
Actually,
there are
it
not
really
cuts.
is.
That is amazing.
Yes.
That we have the money left over that we can use in time of need.
Yes.
Oh, wow. A lot happening. Questions for Liz?
That's it.
Okay. So, does Nicole want to come next, or does Amy, or Alicia? I don't know. Who would we like to come next? Nicole's on the list next, but we're flexible here, so.
I wanted to first thank everyone who donated to our mitten tree this
Oh,
year.
yes.
I did not count everything individually, but my guess is that we have roughly 300 mittens, gloves, hats. I'm going to be bringing them over to the school this week to donate them. So thank you to everyone who donated, and thank you to Sandra for letting me have the tree.
My friend's donation.
Your friend's tree, yes. So thank you very much. Wouldn't be a mitten tree without the tree. So thank you to everyone for that.
That's
Tiger-
great. That's a huge
Yeah.
support.
Yeah,
And a great week for it too, snow. and-
yes. We have a lot of handmade mittens that are really, really special. So, Tiger Tech is going to begin again in February. Instead of once a week, it's going to be once a month. It's going to be the first Thursday of each month from 3 to 4 at LHS. You can call us to register. Our big event this month is Blueberry Pancake Breakfast to celebrate National Blueberry Pancake Day on the 26th of this month, and there's still time to register. There's still room. And I wanted to just make one more reminder that all fitness classes this month are free if you have not enrolled in them before. So even if you do stretch and flex every month, you can try yoga or Tai Chi or line dancing for free. So there's still time to do that. You don't have to sign up for the whole month if you're doing it for free. And just one more thing, early voting this year, we got the dates for that. They're going to be using the multipurpose room. So you'll notice we got the dates ahead of time, so we are able to move classes around, and you'll see little notations in the newsletter for February, August, and October, that some of your classes might be moved for a day or two. That's it.
Thank you.
Well, being a team and working as a team means being a team participant with other departments in town, too. So we have to be flexible.
True.
Okay. Oh, you look like you
she
mean
comes.
business.
Here she comes, look out.
I actually don't have a lot to say. But thank you all for your kind words earlier too. That you're all the best.
No,
Yeah.
we know that, but we know that you all are better than we are.
Well, on behalf of Outreach, I don't have any big updates, but we will just remind everybody that it is in the middle of the fuel assistance season and also the Good Neighbor Energy Fund that we have as well. So we just wanted to remind people if they're interested in that or need to recertify or have a new application, we can help with all of that. And then it is the Medicare Advantage members open enrollment. So if anybody has a Medicare Advantage plan, you have from now or January 1st until the end of March to reevaluate that or change or, ask any questions that you might have. So let us know about that. And that, I think, is all of our updates today.
Anything to add, Amy? No, no.
They're working too hard.
I guess. So.
Busy.
Well, and I must say, though, I think, too, that all of the Medicare Advantage plans, all of that, it becomes more complicated every year. And we're so grateful that we have staff as a resource to help people understand it. I know I get confused, even. It's very confusing. So. Any questions for any of the staff? No? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept all 3 reports.
So moved.
Anita has moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Joe. We have a second. Any further discussion or questions for the staff? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. So, Joe
Yes.
is a yes. Marilyn?
Yes.
Thank you. Lorelei?
Yes.
Thank you. Jean?
Yes?
Mary Ann?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Anita?
Yes.
And Marge is a yes. Unanimous. Thank you. Okay. And we left on the agenda an update, we're going to have that there, I think, for the next year. An update regarding the senior center project, so that we can keep tabs. I don't, probably, I'm guessing there's not a lot to report for this month, from December to January, but I'm just letting people know that we will always have that on our agenda, I think, so that we keep track. Things should start happening again come March, correct?
They're still happening.
They are happening.
They
You
are
might have
happening
something
now.
to tell us then, huh? Whoa, look at that.
Let's see. So, I was informed by the building department this morning that our building permit has been approved, ready
Wow.
to go.
How many years have we been waiting for that?
I know.
Wow.
And so next month is when Commodore Builders and Vertex will move into the house on Shattuck Street to make that their building.
Office
Home
building?
base, yes. So you'll start seeing them around come February, and March is still when we're planning to break ground. With that will come a lot of disruption, I think, with our programs, our parking lot. We will try to minimize it as much as possible. I might ask Jean for some pointers on how to do that, 'cause she has been through this with the library. But should not be too bad. But there may be times when we have to rearrange programs, or you'll get a call from Nicole saying that a program has been moved. So bear with us on that. And I just wanted to show briefly, I don't know why this is still up there. For some reason I can't move that little video box, but this is just the floor plan right now for the multi-purpose room in the hallway leading down to it, and the kitchen, and some of the different flooring options that they're proposing. Love the flooring color scheme right now, which is, I can't use my mouse with this. Oh, yes I can. There we go. Okay, you'll see on the floor it's two different colors on the flooring in the multi-purpose room. That is because that center rectangle is the size of a pickleball court.
Oh,
So it will be right smack dab in the middle. We've chosen the covering for the sliding wall partition that goes right here. You can see some different trim features. I'm glad they sent me this because these proposed chairs, you see they have wheels on the bottom. That's not gonna be good for us. So we'll be picking some new chairs. We don't need chairs sliding out from underneath people and people flying all over the place. So we'll be picking some new chairs. But they're doing this for each space, and we're going to be picking furniture within the next couple weeks too. So very exciting.
Will there be round tables?
So far, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, easy to move.
It's easier for conversation too.
Yes. And you can't see it on here, but we can easily wheel them. You see my mouse going. Wheel them, and right here is the storage area. It's not on this layout, but we can go straight out this door into the storage if we need to move tables for whatever reason. So it's all looking good.
chairs are really important. I'd like to
Yes.
see what is up for grabs for that too. When
Yes.
the time comes.
Absolutely.
Because it's so important that you have a good, stable base.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the chairs that over in the library and the one in Stuart's room, I think it is, really aren't good for exercise, for the exercise class at all.
They've got a lot of flexibility in them. They're great for if you are the one stacking and moving chairs. They're fantastic. But if you're sitting in it, it has a little give to it. So that's not the type of chair I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's really important. I mean, I'm always complaining. I go to a local dentist in town, and they redid this chair, the seating in their waiting room. And I don't, not mentioning names, but anyway, and there's only one, they left one of the older pieces of equipment that two people can sit in, like a little, and that's the only place I can sit in the whole entire waiting room. The rest of it, because the seats are too deep for a short person.
Yeah.
And they don't even think about these
I know
things.
that problem.
I do too. So, yes, and that's the
Legs are
problem.
dangling.
Well, and you can't sit comfortably, you don't have the proper support. So, and every time I go in, I speak to the dentist, and say, you gotta do something about those chairs. Yes. But anyway, it's true. So, it's very important. So if any of the board members have any concerns, I welcome and ask you to be available to Liz, and, so she can get as many people's opinion as possible.
Yes.
So, it's because that's really important.
Oh yeah.
Well, many things are important, but that's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
So, all right. Any questions for Liz about the senior center? This is going to be an exciting year. I said that in the broadcaster, and it is going to be an exciting year because we're going to be able to talk about that every month a little bit. So,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts about that? Questions or anything? Before we move on, okay. New business, board member updates. Do we have any updates from board members?
Yes.
Thank you, Susan. I was waiting for you. So,
If I didn't, you would be surprised.
I would.
or
I would be
upset
shocked.
Or shocked, or something, yes. Okay. From wearing the hat of Affordable Housing Trust, we have a meeting tomorrow. Our monthly meeting is tomorrow We will be finalizing a 5-year action plan. And one of the immediate goals that the trust will be working on is dealing with the Durkee Farm, which is the house, the barn, and 5 acres of land. It's been inspected. It has some issues, many issues. And so the trust is looking at getting some consultants to come in to discuss options, because there are many options. Originally, it was thought that the house could be made into perhaps 2 affordable units, and maybe some affordable units put into the barn, and that's like an option. Nobody has said no, but there's just lots of things to consider. And then there's 5 acres of land connected with what to do with the land, or build on the land, or just what. So that's really the big goal. Currently, the LRAP, the Rental Assistance Program, has 13 participants, and there is going to be some changes made in the policies, especially having to do with the assets that people can have when they apply. And I've been contacting Nicole, I hope. Yes. Okay, so that's Affordable Housing Trust. Questions on that?
What time is the meeting tomorrow?
6:30
6:30,
PM.
thank you.
Zoom. It's a Zoom meeting.
Yep.
Then Middlesex Senior Services. They are, at the end of the month, going to have a launch of a whole new logo and website and branding and marketing and all of that. I don't know why, but they felt the need for it. I guess organizations every few years want to change their logo and their branding and all of that. So that's what they're doing. We had a very interesting discussion at the last meeting, which was last week, Wednesday. It seems they're trying to move away from the term seniors or elders.
Oh, yeah.
And in their language.
Correct.
And in the way they talk about programming. And so now it's going to be older adults. Well, immediately somebody on the board popped up and said, I'm almost there, meaning almost 60, and I don't want to be called an older adult. I'd rather be called a senior. So that got nowhere. The discussion got nowhere.
That's been out there a long time.
It has been.
Yes.
I mean, you're not going to make everybody happy, no matter what you do. But I guess some of the federal things have been going more toward the terminology older adult. So therefore, that's what they're working toward. And speaking of older adult, in February 27th, there is going to be an older adult lobbying day at the State House. And if Minuteman Senior Services is looking for some people who are interested in attending, there will be orientation and all of this kind of thing prior to it. It's not like you're going to go, you go for a meeting and then go talk with your legislators, state legislators. If you are interested at all, contact either Minuteman Senior Services or you can contact me. I've got some information about it. It's from 11 to 2 on February 27th. And that's it, I guess. Questions on that? No. Okay. Thank you. You're it. I'm it. Well, I haven't written my report for the broadcaster yet, but I will announce, don't be shaking your head at me.
Join the club,
I know.
join the naughty.
You know what's so difficult is, my class is Wednesday,
Yes.
right? So she wants next month's report the Friday before, and I haven't had my class yet, and I gotta think a whole month ahead and come up with what I'm doing
I know.
the following month. And it's,
But then when everyone calls and is disgruntled because their newsletter is late,
because what?
the newsletter is late getting to their house, can I say?
You can say, because I don't know what to do for a craft.
You're gonna have to
Read your
say that
articles.
it's a mystery month.
No, this is not a mystery month. Several people, for February now, several people that come to my class every month saw what the employees did
Oh,
for
yeah.
Christmas with felting, and that they had made snowmen. So they are after me, and I got a hold of Laura, and we will be making snowmen at our February 14th class.
Can I write about that?
No, because I'm writing about that.
Hot buttons on their bellies.
We could put heart buttons on their bellies.
I have some hot buttons.
And then we talked,
I probably have some too.
there may be a mystery for March, we're not sure yet. So,
Ooh, I
Now
like
you're really
mysteries.
jumping.
yeah, that could be a real mystery for March.
Do I get the sense that there are several broadcaster reports due in?
That are not done,
That are
yes.
due by 4:30 today?
4:30.
That were
Oh,
due,
yeah, by,
they
well,
were
close of
due
business.
Friday,
No, this,
last Friday.
no,
they were
no,
due.
they were due today.
Today, right?
They're due today.
No,
the
today,
8th.
not last Friday.
They're technically due on the 5th.
Right, right,
Gave
exactly.
you
You
some
said,
extra
you
time.
said the 8th in the email.
There's
Yes.
only put one extra time.
There you go.
No, well, yeah. 'cause I'm
So you
often
said
doing-
the 8th, so I still have time till midnight.
So you're
Yes,
gonna
you do.
actually get it to me on the 10th? 10th, 11th,
Oh, yeah.
12th?
You'll get it today.
You didn't promise like I did. Pinky promise.
I haven't done that yet because
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
de-
even
I'm
figured out
gonna
what I'm gonna write
delegate-
about. so.
I'm going to delegate my monthly reports to one of the other people who help me with crafts every month.
Not me. I have enough on my plate, thank you very much.
All right, we need to move on because I thought we were gonna have a brief meeting, but we're talking a lot today. So, are we done? No, I don't want
Yes,
to shut
no, we're
anything
fine,
off.
fine.
I left and I apologize for that,
That's
but I
fine.
really needed to.
We're done. We're
Thank you.
done.
Okay, so the big agenda item was board goals for 2024. And I mentioned earlier today that Anita's comments about the training that Joe and Ann Lee went that
Ann
day
Lee,
with
yeah.
us, and myself and Joe and Anita and Ann Lee. The four of us went to this training in Fitchburg, that put on by MCOA, I believe, and it was about COA boards. And so we were all shocked when we realized there were so many COA boards there that don't function as we do at all. But when I thought about it, I was thinking, well, it shouldn't be such a surprise because I remember way back when I first joined the board. I probably am the oldest member of the board now, age-wise, but length of time of service too. So. Anyway, the board did not do a lot, as we are now doing, and we have commenced to do, because I've always felt all along that, and said, our job is to support the director. You know, and obviously by supporting her, we're supporting the staff. But we support directly with the director. And we can't do that unless we find out where the needs are and how we can be helpful. And so, thanks to all of you, great steps have been made in the last couple of years about that. Really, when you think about it. People are stepping forward and helping out with setting up for events. Nicole has been helping by letting us know where she needs help, so that we can at least, and Susan has been one of her jobs she takes on. So gets the word out and is the link between Nicole and the board members and saying, okay, Nicole needs help this day in February at this time for this purpose. Who can help? And so that's so wonderful because that's what we should be doing in my view. I hope I'm not, forcing anything down anybody's mouth or whatever. But, so I'm thinking there are other things we can be doing. And we need to toss that around and think about it. And see what else we can do that might be helpful and ask the staff, what would be helpful to you people? What can we do to help you in the course of everything? So, enough said from me. Anita, I know you believe and feel the same way. So, because we've talked as the chair and the vice chair about this. So do you want to add anything?
I just think that so far, since we talked about it last year, everybody has stepped up
Yep.
on the board. And whenever they're asked to do something, they're there. For all of the meals and things, you guys are there and Joe's there and
If
there's
not for
never
the-
any question about you guys stepping up and helping, which is really a big support for everybody who's working. But maybe there are things that we could take off of Liz's plate or
Right.
the outreach people, if there was something that we could do, either take turns monthly, one of us would be a floater to help or do something. Maybe that's a way that we could go to make it even easier, so that nobody on the board would be burdened to say, well, I'm going to do X for Liz every month, whether I want to do it or not. It could be shared, and then everybody on the board would understand even more what everything that's needed.
Right.
I think that would be a good way to start looking at things.
There must be several things that the board members could help out with that staff do probably, that wouldn't be violating privacy,
Right.
whatever. So, and so we need to open that train of thought, really. I mean, it's just, and then.
And we're not looking to step on your heels.
No.
I mean, 'cause
But
you're
it's-
doing a wonderful job.
No, for
But
heaven's sake.
when I see you two out there, the way you work sometimes, and you're going, it's like, boy, I wish I knew how I could help her a little bit so she's not crazy. But,
And it's not going to happen overnight.
no, it's
I mean,
not. You have
somebody
to
will-
think of something that you
Right, I think.
say all of a sudden, oh, man, boy, somebody could
Maybe a
take
board
that
member
on.
could help us with this, one of the.
Yeah.
So that's where I'd like all of our thinking to be. I'm just saying, speaking for myself, but what about the rest of the board? Do you all kind of concur with that?
Absolutely.
Everybody okay with moving along in that direction? Yeah.
I have to say, this is such a phenomenal board. I've never had such a supportive group before, and I just want to
Well,
make
we
sure
want
I
to be
thank
part of the
you
team.
and express my gratitude, because not everyone gets this, and I just feel very lucky and very fortunate to have you all. I do have some thoughts about areas we could help, or could use some help with moving towards a new building and thinking about
Right.
down the road and possible accreditation of our
Right.
new building. Help with cleaning up some, professionalizing maybe some of the policies that we have. I could use some help with. I'd love to update our mission statement.
Yes.
Create a vision statement and create a list of values.
Especially with the new center.
Yes, to really kind of tie up all these loose ends. We're kind of a little.
And that's something
Out
that the
there,
whole
yeah.
team should be involved in too, I
Right.
think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, moving forward,
Mhm.
we could just, if you could start to, and with your staff,
Mhm.
jot down thoughts on paper, and then we can, you want to do that, and then
Yes.
come bring it back to us at the
Yes.
next meeting?
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there and
Yeah.
work, just to see, how we can,
Yeah. Maybe possibly a couple board members could look at different, doesn't even have to be another COA, but other companies, agencies that have really great, solid vision statements or mission statements. That they should be short. You know, nothing like a
Lorelei.
lengthy- Lorelai's my go-to for research.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
So look
Lorelei,
at her.
I bet she knows some.
I bet she does. Yeah.
I bet you know some people that have great vision statements
Yeah.
and stuff,
With,
so.
with our new building over there, it took over a year to develop meeting room policy.
Oh boy.
What kind of policy?
Meeting room.
Meeting room policy.
Meeting room
I-
There you
I-
go.
It was a Pandora box.
Yep.
Wow,
I-
that's true.
I can see
I
where
started
that-
this conversation with Sam.
So if you have any type of rooms that you might have available for reserving or using
Yeah.
ahead of time, yeah.
And these are things that I might need help with. Like, what do I not know? Because I don't know what I don't know, and then I can pull them all together. So we'll talk more.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go, so.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things that are going to come up with the new building starting where we can help out.
Absolutely busy.
Yeah,
Right.
it's going to be
And that's
very
why-
busy.
I think, I know Anita and I talked about, as I said earlier, you know, we tossed it around and we thought it was really important that, and we talked about it in December, actually, and then we decided to wait because it's appropriate with the new year.
With the new year.
And what's happening to really kind of pull ourselves together and approach it and figure out how we're gonna deal with it. So, that's great. We've come to an agreement?
Yes.
Of how we're gonna proceed.
I think all of us brainstorming together, that is the way, we can think about it at home.
Yes.
And then bring our thoughts.
And Liz
then-
will can, and let
Huh.
us know, not that, I certainly don't think feel qualified to let you know what you, I don't know what you don't know either, type of thing, so. But Jean, someone like Jean.
Yeah.
Yes, can be a big help, so, yes.
We're glad that we have you on the board.
Yes,
You're an important part right now.
Yeah.
everybody's important, so. All right, wow, that was pretty easy.
It was a good meeting.
It was easy to do, too, everybody was so well together.
We have
Thank you, everybody. Joe, anything you want to add to that? You've got lots of years of experience of working with people and groups and,
There's a lot that's gonna happen within this next year that you'll see it a lot more than anyone else, so any way that we can help out as a group, that's fine, but
yeah.
it's like a growing statement,
for the possibility.
policy that every day you're gonna find something else that maybe we
Right.
can help with, and don't be afraid to ask to,
Right, that's it.
I will.
And let us know. I mean, if we're not showing
Yeah,
at us.
Joe's been through it enough to know,
Right.
what's about to happen and how,
Oh, but some things just happen that you have no idea it's coming, and it's a brand new topic, and
In a new
just
policy.
like you had said, whoever would think about that being a major thing to go through, to plan on rooms, but that's the type of things that are gonna pop up all of a sudden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never have thought about that.
Well, you have rooms that are booked during hours that are open, and then you have rooms that are being booking when the library is closed.
I know, yeah,
So you're,
Yikes.
crazy. You're caught on your jacket. Your sweater is.
Yeah, she's Velcroed.
I'm Velcro.
Oh, you're Velcro. Yeah.
Do you charge for like after hours bookings?
The only charge would be if the room is damaged
Oh, okay.
and not the way you took it.
Found
If
it.
there's damages, but no, we can't
That's
charge.
interesting because I recall when back in the day, I think you weren't, that was part of the period of time when we were visiting other COAs. You weren't back yet then. But Nicole went on those visits and I went, and I know that management, I'll refer to the, administration. The administrators went on those visits most often. And I know there was a lot of discussion with other COAs and that had recently built a new building as to renting out the space. Was space ever rented out on the weekends when there's not a lot going on? And how did they work that? And town administrators then were asking about that. So, because, they said, there's not a lot of places, public, like places that residents of this town can use to, say, for instance, and it just came up, it was mentioned, somebody wants to have a bridal shower and rent a space and use the kitchen at the senior center. Should that be, and can, and how, what has to happen for that to happen? I mean, the select board, obviously, in the town have to support that whole thing. But, and who provides the maintenance, and who pays for the maintenance, and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of things that have, you're right, they need to be talked about, and, yeah.
And there's a lot of things that was brought up in the, we broke into groups that
Right.
night. And one of the topics that did come up with some of the buildings is, you know, when was the building open? Who has access to the building?
Right.
Who has tickets, who has keys and, or a knob, and who's responsible for it? Are you going to be open the weekends? Is it open to the public for things like you just mentioned?
Right.
Or does it have to be related to the town or related directly to the EHS? So there's a lot of things that
Yeah,
have to be.
because, you know, a lot of people feel it's foolish to have a building sitting empty and not being used. So, you know, so, yes, so, but it's all very exciting. I think.
I'm just excited that we got our building permit.
I know.
Baby steps, we'll get there.
Can I write about that?
Frame that puppy, yes, frame it.
When did we get that? This month? Just
I think it was last week.
Just last week? January already brought a nice change.
Here we go.
There we go. There we go. So- All right, I'm excited now even more because I think we're all on the same page.
Yep.
And we just need to be thinking always, thinking creatively. Let's start putting those thoughts down on paper and to get all your wonderful
I had
staff
a
to do the same. Yes.
If we wanted to, we can't, like, sell bricks
Oh,
and have people's names on them to make like a walkway or to do a wall inside. Is that something we would do or she would do?
The friends can do that.
Yeah,
She could do that. Okay.
there's a good project. A lot of friends groups have done things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility of the building itself in the library. We have people who have bought a window view, have bought a sitting area view in the children's room. They have, each meeting room was bought, and that meeting room is named. Sturt's room, of course, the Murray room. So that was a humongous fundraiser when you're designing it, and you can put out the possibility, well, we'll name the director's office. You can purchase that. You can purchase the assistant director's office. You can, you know, so if you have, that's a super fundraiser.
We had an initial meeting.
And are there names
Yeah.
on all of those rooms?
They're beautiful plaques.
There are, okay.
And then when you come into the library, there's the wall.
The wall,
of
yeah.
all the those donors that you get listed as a donor. And there's plaques everywhere. And all these families who did it, they come in and, you know, they're so excited. They said, my mom and dad bought this little nook area. And they go and sit and they read. And, I mean,
That's cute.
they purchase. And I mean,
Yep.
you know, it's a good way to bring the whole community in, just not the seniors or the older people. But you get families involved with it to support the center. And I can't even, they raise so much money that way.
I know.
To name and plaque the building.
I would love to kick that off. We have the framework pretty much set up. Yeah.
Yep.
Ready to go.
Liz, can you do that, or does it have to be the friends that do that?
Friends.
Yeah.
We created the templates though, all the rooms, the areas, the different things that could be named.
So
You've already done that?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Sandra has that.
You still have it?
I don't have it updated, I don't think. Has it been updated?
Not since we met last.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we can update it, yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the timing, really. So the timing's quickly approaching.
I would say now is a great time.
I think it's
Now
here.
is a
I think
good
it's
time to
here
start.
even.
I think it's here.
Yes, right.
Should be kicked off.
I'm not gonna make the broadcast a deadline, I have to.
Well, now you,
I'll put in a picture in your
I'm kidding,
stuff.
I'm kidding.
All right, very exciting. Any other thoughts that we want voiced?
As to what they like it.
Ask.
Ask. What's,
When you have people,
Doing
you know,
such a contribution. and-
this will be the conference room that I'd like to, do they have a lot to say about what the room looks like? or-
No,
No.
no, they're just purpose. Absolutely not. Good. You said this is a space, and you have the amount that you can purchase it for,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
you have no other say.
No. I mean, you
Now,
can,
Jean, who worked on that
That's good.
team at the library?
I want to say our friends, maybe the Sarah Rummacher was
Okay.
president of our friends.
Okay.
Yeah, because you could talk and see what company did the plaques
Okay, I'll probably
and did
check.
all of that. But it was a huge fundraiser,
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah, toward the,
Because it's there for perpetuity, I mean.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
and it was
Yeah.
well done. The plaques are
Yeah,
beautiful,
yeah.
absolutely gorgeous. And they came in shortly after the building was done, and they were putting in all the little things. And then you have the big, beautiful wall, the donation plaque.
Right, when you walk in.
That's right there. So they're put on the board and they're put on their spot.
Super nice for all to see.
Yep, and I like it because you're going to get the whole community involved.
Right.
You might get a young family that says, oh, I want to be supportive, and, you know, so you get everybody in there to the building.
Great.
Sounds like a project.
Okay.
I love
I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Now you got another job. In
Yeah.
addition to renew.
Exactly.
Okay,
No public in the
no public input.
room.
Okey dokey. Well, I think this is a very productive meeting today.
Yes.
I'm very excited. So, any other business that needs to come before the board? No? And there's no public input? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn then.
I'll move that we adjourn.
Marilyn is,
4:12.
I'll second.
okay, and Joe seconded. At 4:12, did you say? Thank you.
Yeah, that's what my watch says.
Okay, any further discussion? Last chance. We all know what our homework is between
Yes,
now and next
yes.
month.
Yeah.
All right. So, we're going to take a vote. Joe?
Yes.
Joe is a yes. Marilyn?
Yes.
Lorelei?
Yes.
Thank you. Jean?
Yes?
Mary Ann?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Anita?
Yes.
And Marge? Yes, and it's a unanimous voting. We've had a great meeting, I think.